This is probably one of the most awaited comparisons of the year. Here we have the brand new OnePlus 15 going up against its predecessor, the OnePlus 13. Now the OnePlus 15 packs a host of upgrades over what was already a solid offering in the OnePlus 13. So how do these two phones stack up against each other, and is the OnePlus 15 truly a worthy successor? Hello everyone, Aman here for Digit, and this is our full comparison between the OnePlus 15 and the OnePlus 13. Let's get started. As always, we start by booting up both devices, and this time the OnePlus 13 powers on just a touch faster than the OnePlus 15. Now both phones are connected to the same Wi-Fi network and fully charged. The display resolution is set to auto and the refresh rate is locked at the highest setting. Brightness has been calibrated to around 500 nits using a lux meter, and audio levels are fixed at 50%. First up, let's take a look at the key specifications of both smartphones. You'll notice that apart from a slight downgrade in resolution, the OnePlus 15 is loaded with top-tier hardware, from its 165Hz screen and the latest Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 chip to the massive 7300 mAh battery. The OnePlus 15 clearly offers a stronger hardware package than the already impressive OnePlus 13. Alright, moving on to our 2-hour YouTube video playback test. As mentioned earlier, the OnePlus 15 features a 1.5K display compared to the 2K panel on the OnePlus 13, but that difference really only matters on paper. To the human eye, both displays appear equally sharp. Where the OnePlus 15 truly pulls ahead is in overall visual experience. The OnePlus 13 was already known for its smooth display helped by Oxygen OS, but the 15 feels even smoother thanks to its upgraded hardware. Brightness is another area of improvement. Despite being only 200 nits higher in HBM mode, the OnePlus 15 looks noticeably brighter in all conditions. Colors are richer too. The display feels more vibrant, vivid, and simply more pleasing to the eye, whether viewed alone or side by side with the 13. And that 1.5K panel, a smart choice in my opinion. It not only helps with battery efficiency, but paired with the larger 7300 mAh cell, gives the OnePlus 15 a clear endurance edge, a win-win all around. With that, we are done with the 2-hour YouTube video playback round, and to no surprise, the OnePlus 15 is leading with 93% battery left, while the OnePlus 13 is at 89%. Okay, now it's time to record an hour of 4K video split between the front and rear cameras. Let's start with the rear camera first. A 4K 60fps video for around half an hour. While the recording is on, here are the camera specs for both smartphones. The OnePlus 15 comes with a new 50 megapixel triple rear camera setup paired with a 32 megapixel front camera. It supports video recording at up to 8K 30fps from the rear and 4K 60fps from the front. Impressively, it can also shoot 4K 120fps video, something that the OnePlus 13 can't do. The OnePlus 13 meanwhile features a Hasselblad tuned 50 megapixel triple rear camera system and a 32 megapixel selfie camera. It also supports up to 8K 30fps video recording from the rear and 4K 60fps from the front. Alright, it's time to wrap up our 30-minute 4K video recording test using the rear cameras. In terms of thermals, the OnePlus 15 peaked at about 36 degrees Celsius while the OnePlus 13 touched 41 degrees Celsius, clearly showing better thermal management on the OnePlus 15. Okay, let's begin the 30-minute 4K video recording test using the front cameras, and while that's running, here are some photo samples captured on both phones. With that, we have completed a full hour of 4K video recording. Checking thermals again, and this time around the OnePlus 15 became slightly warm, reaching a peak of 38.5 degrees Celsius, while the OnePlus 13 hit around 39.5 degrees Celsius. But overall, the OnePlus 15 runs cooler than the 13, but for how long? So after 3 hours of testing, the OnePlus 15 continues to lead with 82% battery remaining, while the OnePlus 13 trails behind at 68%. Alright, time to run some benchmarks now to get an idea when put under heavy load, which phone delivers the better performance and of course better endurance. First up, the specs. The OnePlus 15 is powered by the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 chip paired with up to 16GB LPDDR5X RAM and 512GB UFS 4.1 storage. The OnePlus 13 on the other hand is powered by the Snapdragon 8 Elite SoC and comes with up to 24GB LPDDR5X RAM and 1TB UFS 4.0 storage. Starting with Geekbench 6 and based on the scores, the OnePlus 15 is about 28% faster than the OnePlus 13 in single-core performance and about 21% faster in multi-core performance. Moving on to Antutu, the OnePlus 15 scored a total of about 2.4 million, while the OnePlus 13 managed around 2.25 million. That's roughly a 7% overall improvement, which is decent but not quite what you'd expect from the new Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 chip. Interestingly, the GPU score on the OnePlus 15 is noticeably lower than the OnePlus 13, which is unexpected given the newer chipset's capabilities. In the 3D Mark Extreme stress test, the benchmark on the OnePlus 15 automatically stopped 3 times as the device could not handle the sustained load. Surface temperatures shot up to around 50 degrees Celsius. After the third failed attempt, I decided to skip any further runs and let the OnePlus 13 complete the test instead. Unfortunately, that means there's no valid 3D Mark result for the OnePlus 15. The OnePlus 13, however, managed to finish the test successfully, posting a solid stability score of 72.6%. It did run quite hot as well, but unlike the 15, it held up till the end. To wrap up the benchmarks round, I ran a 10-minute CPU throttling test, and this is where the OnePlus 15 managed to redeem itself, though not without a caveat. As we saw earlier, it failed to complete the 3D Mark test and was given time to cool down before this one, so while the numbers look better here, they come with some context. Here's a quick look at the scores from the benchmarks round. You can pause and take a look. So a quick check at the battery stats after 4 hours, and the OnePlus 15 is still in the lead with 64% battery, and the OnePlus 13 is left with 38% battery. Now, during the benchmark tests, both phones ran quite hot, but in real-world use, the results tell a slightly different story. The Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 inside the OnePlus 15 was expected to be a powerhouse, yet that performance did not quite reflect in the benchmark numbers. Never mind though, in day-to-day usage and gaming, it's a completely different experience. Both the 15 and 13 can comfortably run popular titles like BGMI and Call of Duty Mobile at 120 FPS, while Asphalt 9 remains locked at 60 FPS on both. Gameplay feels smooth and consistent across the board, with the OnePlus 15 feeling just a tad snappier and more refined overall. Now, despite showing signs of throttling during stress tests, the OnePlus 15 delivers buttery smooth performance in actual gaming and multitasking, proving that real-world results don't always align with benchmark charts. That said, thermals remain a shared concern. While the OnePlus 15 manages heat impressively well during regular use, whether it's calling, texting, or even prolonged camera use, both phones tend to run quite warm during extended gaming sessions. The OnePlus 15, though slightly cooler, still hits peak surface temperatures of around 39 degrees Celsius, which isn't the most comfortable. Hopefully, with future updates and optimization, OnePlus can fine-tune the thermals further, but as things stand, both phones deliver excellent performance, with the OnePlus 15 holding a slight edge in overall smoothness and efficiency. And with that, we have wrapped up the gaming round as well. At this stage, the OnePlus 15 continues to hold its lead with 56% battery remaining, while the OnePlus 13 is down to 25%. We are now entering the final stretch of our battery drain test. Up next, I will be running an hour of Instagram on both smartphones. But instead of keeping you waiting till the very end, let's fast forward straight to the 6-hour mark. By this point, the OnePlus 15 finishes with 51% battery left, while the OnePlus 13 wraps up with 12%. Here's a look at the hour-by-hour battery drain comparison for both phones on your screens right now. So even though the OnePlus 15 went through a rough patch in the benchmarking tests with the multiple failed 3D Mark runs and signs of overheating, its real-world performance tells a different story. Despite those hiccups, the phone managed its power well throughout this 6-hour comparison. The results show that endurance on the OnePlus 15 isn't just strong because of its larger 7300 mAh battery, but also because of improved optimization and better efficiency under sustained loads. Across the same test, the OnePlus 13 with its smaller 6000 mAh cell naturally drained faster, finishing with 12% battery compared to the OnePlus 15's 51%. That's a significant gap, especially considering how much heavier the 15 was pushed during benchmarking and gaming rounds. Now, the OnePlus 13 still performs well for everyday use. It is smooth, consistent and reliable, but under intensive workloads, it tends to heat up faster and drain quicker. The OnePlus 15, on the other hand, maintains better temperature control during regular use and offers noticeably stronger battery endurance overall. And that's it for this comparison between the OnePlus 15 and the OnePlus 13. Share your thoughts with me in the comments below, and as always, I will catch you all in the next one. Thank you for watching.